The Owen James Report is brought to you by
This program is brought to you by the Grace Kennedy Group. We choose to care. Grace Kennedy Money Services has been here for you and your family, here and abroad, because we understand that you're receiving more than money. You're receiving their love. Grace Kennedy Financial Group has been here for you because we know it's more than just investments, insurance, or banking. It's about security and creating a path to realizing your dreams. For 90 years, honesty, integrity, and trust. The Grace Kennedy Group, we choose to care.
Good evening. This is the Owen James Report. Jamaicans are preoccupied with the traditional Christmas spending and events associated with Christmas at this time. However, events in Venezuela bear watching as Jamaica depends heavily on the Petrocaribe agreement to cushion its huge oil bill. Capital Economics, an independent research company, has warned that Venezuela could default on its foreign currency debt in 2 years if oil continues to fall. In a note recently, Capital Economics said both the Venezuelan government's willingness and ability to service its foreign currency debt is in serious question. Capital says given that fact, Venezuela has nothing in the way of savings from the oil price boom of the past decade. The loss of oil revenue will wipe out whatever foreign currency the government has, and capital flight is only likely to increase. For a decade, Venezuelan largesse through the Petrocaribe agreement has assisted several non-oil producing countries, including Jamaica. If Jamaica loses this concessionary arrangement, which accounts for 40% of its oil imports, it could be major problems for the island's fragile IMF-backed economy, where growth is poised to accelerate following drought, which had a major impact on the agricultural sector and water. Now, among oil-producing countries, Venezuela may be the worst prepared for lower oil prices, with a dwindling reserves and a budget deficit of 17% of GDP. Oil accounts for 95% of Venezuela's export earnings, and combined with natural gas, 25% of GDP. On the wider market, oil prices continue to fall, and the U.S. crude for January delivery fell by $2.79 or 4.2% to a 5-year low of $63.05 a barrel. This triggered falls in U.S. stocks today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by 106 points or 0.49%. The S&P 500 was down 15 points or 0.7%, and the Nasdaq declined by 40 points or almost 1%. McDonald's fell after the fast food chain reported global comparable sales declined 2.2% last month. Apple fell sharply, with the consumer technology maker leading the technology sector lower. Back home on the foreign exchange market, both the benchmark American dollar and the British pound strengthened against the Jamaican dollar, whilst the Canadian dollar weakened. The greenback advanced by 3 Jamaican cents, closing at an average selling rate of $113.82, whilst the sterling strengthened by 27 cents Jamaican to close at $177.99. However, the Canadian dollar weakened by 17 Jamaican cents to close at $99.38. The commercial banks and other licensed financial firms bought $32 million US, or 32% more than the $24.9 million they sold. During a day of moderate activity in which just over 1.2 million shares traded on the stock market, a 2.3% advance by Lime, which accounted for 38% of business, triggered advances in the indices. The main JC index advanced by 152 points or 1/5%, 21 stocks traded, with 6 advancing, 9 declining, and 6 holding firm. That's the Owen James Report. Good evening.
The Owen James Report was brought to you by
Grace Kennedy.
This program was brought to you by the Grace Kennedy Group. We choose to care.